So today in Excel tutorial video we are going to understand aggregate function with example. So let's start today video. Here you can see we have the simple data ID column, name column, sales and region. If you can notice, so here you can see the sales column is with errors. Okay, so here you can see the different kind of the error. So when you get the such kind of the data, so we have the option aggregate function. Aggregate function is advanced Excel function and we can use easier way. Okay, so let's understand the aggregate function with more examples. Aggregate function here you can see what says the aggregate in a list or database. So first here you can see the aggregate function. These are function. Aggregate one single function but work 19 different functions. Here you can see the total 19. Okay. So different calculation you can do with the aggregate function. Suppose I want to the sum. Okay. So here you can see function number. So I choose 9, comma. Second is second parameter. 1 minute. I want to show you again. Sum. Okay, sum. Here the next is option. Option what to ignore. Error, hidden row, what. So comma and here you can see the 7 error you can ignore. So I want to ignore the values. Okay, so first done parameter, second done, and last is array. Okay, but here you can see the fourth parameter is k. K for extra input mean this k only needed for the large, small, yeah percentile function. Okay, so that condition we use the k, but in this moment we just want to sum this sales amount, so we select simple array. So this is select this and select this array. Okay, control shift down arrow and for back control backspace. Okay, close parenthesis and hit enter and you get the answer without any trouble and right answer. So this is the aggregate. Okay, so this is the aggregate function. But if I use the sum function, what happens? Sum function here we use. Okay, and simply select this cells column and hit enter, and here you can see the error. That's why we use aggregate function. Okay, so here we can use the sum function, average function, large and small. Okay, max. So 19 function we can use with single function, aggregate function. Okay, why is the aggregate powerful? Because the it's ignore the error automatically, right? We see the how which handle the sum function. Second, ignore the hidden rows too. Okay, most important, the powerful, the 19 different function in one single function. Okay, here, the tip, yeah, powerful. Why is powerful? Because the aggregate function is alternate to subtotal. Subtotal can't ignore the error if you use ever, but aggregate can ignore the error. Okay, and last is powerful. Why is powerful? Useful the dashboard. Yeah, you can say the performance report. You can use the sales ranking. Yeah, student marks. So here we can use dynamically, create the dynamically reports. Okay, so aggregate function really helpful and advanced level function. Now I just want to last example so you can understand aggregate function advanced level. So suppose you want to the top three cells in this column without error. So how you can get? So equal aggregate function. Okay, select this aggregate function. Select the if you want to the three top cells. So here you can see the large function. Okay, select this comma. Of course, I choose the ignore errors. Okay, comma array. Array, I select this array. This is my array. I want the result from this. Okay, comma. Here we use row function because this is the we want the top three cells. Okay, so when we use the large function, so that time we need to use the row function. Okay, select this row. So select this A1 two times close parenthesis because the aggregate and row function here, that's why, and hit enter, and you need to drag it the function, and you get the three top cells 1009 and 899. So this is the three top cells, right? So with this way we can get the our data result on such kind of the data. Okay, without any trouble. So try this function with the different way, different data, and data you can create from the ChatGPT for your practice, and this is the really helpful. So don't ignore. Try the practice, and that's it about this video. I hope this video is helps. Thank you for watching this video. Keep practicing. See you in next video.